Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Fumble Sports Daily Show. So wonderful to have you with us. We have a loaded show ahead. We have MLB game picks, player prop bets, WNBA, and there is also a ton going on as well across the sports world. And I'm so excited to get into all of it with you guys. So make sure that you guys are following us. Make sure you guys are joining us. And appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you subscribe, hit that follow button. We're going to cover a lot in the sports world today. So make sure you're with us every single day, because Fumble Sports is a sports content company built by a sports fan for you real sports fans at home. We answer your questions, we do a lot of research, and hopefully have a lot of fun with you guys every single day. So wonderful to have all of you with us. As always, I want to let you guys know where you can follow us. Come across our platforms. You can check out all of our content. We rant, we talk about sports betting, and of course we talk about fantasy sports. So hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Before we look at today's action, I do want to look at how we did yesterday, and it was a very good day for us overall in our picks. IP Shade 45, thanks so much for kicking off the show today with a lot of confetti, and we did really well yesterday. We went 51-23, everybody. 51-23, so we are killing it over the last few days. MLB game picks went 20-8. Our player prop bets went 31-15, and our parlay plays of the day. If you played our parlays yesterday, we went undefeated in our parlays. That's correct. We went 12-0. Of course, the days we were away from YouTube, Kick and Twitch, we had phenomenal days. But I actually think it has more to do with the research that we've been doing. We've actually, frankly, been putting few of your picks that are asked about up on the board and just kind of staying with the picks that we have prior to the show. And those seem to be cashing at even better than 65%. Over the last few days, it's been at about a 68% rate. So really happy about that. We did cash on 2 of our 9 long ball long shots of the day, but we came up one short of what we could have because Michael Harris II robbed Shohei Ohtani of a home run, so we missed out on Shohei's home run, unfortunately. We did get only one stolen base play yesterday. It's unfortunate because I had Jaron Duran sitting in the notes but didn't give him out. And your celebrity shot picks went 6-4. Just to look at those really briefly, want to call someone out. Diego, he got a home run call, picked Matt Olson to hit a home run. Nice job there. Arctic Tiger went 2-0. Really good job, Arctic Tiger. Well done. I see you already have your picks up on the board. Elliot Robinson went 0-2, unfortunately. LRK425, he knows his Mariners. He went 2-0. And then Diego and Jorge split with Diego calling that home run. So, anyways, just before, again, I clear out all our results from yesterday, I just want to call out a few things. Look at how we did on our reverse engineering plays yesterday. That's right. We went 5-1 on those. That's a good sign. Additionally, on players we thought were going to struggle yesterday, only 2 misses. Really strong there as well. So I feel like we're doing a good job looking at hitters we like, looking at hitters we don't like, pitchers who are going to get a walk. So we're going to follow a lot of what we've been doing over the last few days. So happy to have all of you with us across our platforms. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you subscribe. We really appreciate the support you guys show us every day. We're going to clear out our results from yesterday because it's a brand new day. New opportunity to cash in on some sports bets. Of course, talk about some sports. There's a lot going on in the sports world across the NFL, MLB, even international soccer. And yes, we will be doing a fantasy football mock draft later today. So if you guys want to get in on that fantasy football mock draft, think we'll do it around 1:30. It really depends on how well we get through all the things that we're going to cover during today's show. We have so much to get to over the course of the show that it might be closer to 1:45, but still, we will do a fantasy football mock draft around 1:30, I hope. So if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you hit us up on Instagram, DM us on Instagram, Fumble Sports, or there should be a link pinned to the live stream for YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. You can hit that link, claim your team, just like I did. We already have someone in there as well. Right now I have it set up as a 10-team league We'll see if you guys want to get in. The more people we have, the better. And yes, as IP Shade 45 just alluded to, we are going to have a contest in the month of August. For everyone who wants to participate, you get 2 picks every day. Your 2 favorite picks every single day. And we're going to do it the first to 10 picks. The first to 10 correct picks, 10 winners, gets to win a free t-shirt and obviously bragging rights, which is the real reward if there is any. And of course, we're not doing chalk now. So it has to be a good bet. It can't be -200. It has to be better than -200. So -199, we will allow. -200, you're out. You're getting tossed. So everybody, excited to have you with us for the month of August as we inch closer to the NFL season. Because we got some confetti to start, we're going to drop some picks. Right before we do, though, really quickly, just want to hit on the weather. Across Major League Baseball, you're seeing weather overall, not necessarily a great day for offense. There might be a couple games in which runs are up. We'll talk about that Mets-Royals game. That's one to keep an eye on. That's right, IP Shade. This is a no-chalk zone. This is a chalk-free zone. Coors, interestingly enough, Padres and Rockies really didn't score the kind of runs that we thought yesterday. Maybe the offense bounces back. But overall, you can see kind of on the underside of things is more popular. So just keep an eye on that over the course of the schedule. Which games where the weather does not play advantageously into runs being scored. That said, we have your celebrity shot picks to get up on the board. We have picks of our own to give out. So let's go to work, everybody. Everybody, let's drop some picks so everyone knows what we're liking today. First one I'm going to go with is going to be the Phillies and the Marlins. I'm going to take the over in this game. Again, as you guys know, I'm always looking for the most advantageous spot to take it. This right now is set at 7.5 runs overall. That seems surprisingly low to me. I would definitely, as in I love that it's low so I can take it even lower, if that made sense. I take the over 6.5. I think that's a very strong play in this game. Both teams have cashed 6 out of the last 10 at that 6.5 run line. So I would take the over 6.5. If you guys get it at 7.5, I don't discourage it. I don't dislike it. I still think it's an attractive play. But to get it at 6.5, that is fantastic. No chalk on it. That said, let's go to our next one. I like the Phillies to cover in this game. Sandy Alcantara has just not been the same kind of pitcher over the course of the year. Ranger Sanchez has actually been fairly decent. So I actually like the Phillies to cover on this one. Keep your eye on that. +1.5. There's another play for you. Just one more for you, and it kind of plays along with this Phillies, Marlins over 6.5. I'll also take the Phillies and Marlins, yes, to a run in the first inning. So that narrative kind of plays along nicely. Let's give out some more picks because we've got so much support from you guys. Let's go to Brewers and Nationals. I'm going to take no run in the first inning on that one. Freddie Peralta against Josiah Gray. Just not a game in which I think there's going to be a run in the first inning, so I'll go with that. And I'll take the Nationals to cover. The Nationals have been really good for us lately, especially because we've been getting them at 2.5. Don't know if we're going to get it at 2.5 right now. Let's see. It's set at -200. So yes, I like it, but I got to put some wings on it. A leg of a parlay play, but I do like the 2.5 at -200. It's just on the edge of being a parlay play, but at +1.5, I like that as well. I think it's a really strong play. So just dropped a bunch of picks out there for you. Last one I'm going to give out. I do like the Brewers on the money line, though. I do like the Brewers on the money line. So we ripped through a bunch of picks for 2 games to start. We're going to give out picks for almost every single game in Major League Baseball. We also have WNBA picks to give out. We have a ton of player prop bets to give out. So do not worry. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome back. Hope all of you are having a great day. And yeah, we're back on YouTube. Want to give a big shout out to our producer. He was away for a few days. He does a brilliant job for us and want to give him a big shout out. So happy to have him back so we can be across all of our platforms for you who love watching our content. Stephen Pock, great to see you. Dante, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. Sleeper draft is pinned on all the streams. That is what we want to see, and that way you guys can get in on this fantasy football mock draft that we'll do a little bit later in the show. With that said, let's get your celebrity shot picks up on the board, and I want to give a big shout out to Arctic Tiger, who is in the number 1 position because he was rearing to go today. Arctic Tiger, first pick that he's going to go with is Christian Walker over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Love the play. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, but absolutely a great play. Arctic Tiger is very much following the trend and the approach that we have every day. Look for hitters who have a good history against the pitcher they'll be facing. Christian Walker does. Love that play. Christian Walker is going up against Alex Cobb. I believe his average is like 417, 415. Looked at it this morning, really like it. I'll definitely put it up on my board later, but love that play from Arctic Tiger. The other one that you're going to take is Austin Riley over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Again, another good play, another good historical matchup in favor of Austin Riley today. He's going up against, I'm trying to remember. I should have this. It's going to bother me because I was just looking at him. Patrick Sandoval. Patrick Sandoval is who he's facing. He's got good numbers against him, so I like that one as well. Again, that's going to make an appearance on my big board in just a little bit. But we have our Celebrity Shot contest for the month of August. We are underway with it. Arctic Tiger kicks us off. Love that play. Arctic Tiger, I also like Grichuk as well. It is low, but I do like it. There's a bit of history there. Not going to put it up, though, just yet. Let's get Jeremy Todd, 66, up here. Jeremy Todd, welcome into the Celebrity Shot contest for the month of August. And your Celebrity Shot pick is going to be Freddie Peralta over 5.5 strikeouts. Again, he's going up against the Nationals today. So Freddie Peralta over on strikeouts. There you go. Jeremy Todd's up there. Tommy, do you think I won this trade? I got Bijan and Goff. I lost Herbert and Lazard. Tommy, that's highway robbery. You held them up at the railroad tracks and you stole Bijan Robinson and Jared Goff. That is absolutely a steal. I love that. That is a brilliant trade by Tommy. Sure, Herbert may be the better quarterback than Goff. The difference in points between Herbert and Goff isn't nearly close to the production that you should get from Bijan Robinson. Do I think you'll get that for 17 weeks from Bijan? No, I think you'll hit a rookie wall at some point late November, early December, and just the toll of the NFL season will get him. But through September, October, and at least through midway November, he could be an Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate. Tommy, that is highway robbery. Love that trade. Love that trade. Jeremy Todd, we got you. Elliot, I also saw your DM. I'll throw it up here. I know you also hit us up. If you guys want to share your Celebrity Shot picks with us through Twitter, or whatever we're calling it these days, X, whatever Elon Musk has decided to call it. But if you guys want to share that through either Zuckerberg's platforms or Elon Musk's platforms, you can feel free to do that. Happy to share those with you as well. Elliot Robinson let me know earlier in the day because he was afraid he was going to miss the show. Great to see that he stopped by. He's taking Phillies on the money line, and he's taking the Rays on the money line. Now, I like the Rays on the money line, I think, but the point is I'm not crazy about either one, ironically. Do you want the Orioles on the money line? You want Orioles and Rays? Is that what I'm picking up? La Cholo. Thoughts on the Los Angeles Angels. What are my thoughts? I actually think they've made some really nice moves over the last few days. They understand that they are in the last. They have no more chips to throw in the middle of the table. This is like it's the end of the night, and they're losing right now, and they need to make a desperate move to keep Shohei Ohtani. The only way they do that is they make the playoffs. And what did they do last night? They beat the Atlanta Braves. They beat the best team in baseball. I thought it was a good statement. So if nothing else, I think they're on the right track. They're starting to build a few more pieces around Shohei just to force pitchers to throw him a fastball every now and then. But that said, I definitely think that Shohei is going to leave. It's just they're making a push. If they make the playoffs, wonderful, but I do think it's going to be a challenge. By the way, it is trade deadline day in Major League Baseball. Trade deadline, I believe, hits its midnight hour at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are waiting to hear breaking news about trades. Our producer is standing by to let me know if any trades go down. Top Dog has a celebrity shot pick, 2 that he wants up on the board. I really like him, actually. These are good from Top Dog. I think he's going to have a good start to his August celebrity shot contest. Top Dog is going with the Diamondbacks and Giants. No run in the first inning. Strong play there. Like that one as well. That'll make an appearance on my picks in a little bit. And additionally, you also like Ranger Suarez over 1.5 walks allowed. So there you go. Top Dog is up on the board. Curious to know where other people are going to take their picks. Make sure you share your picks with us, no matter the platform. YouTube, Kick, Twitch, or TikTok Live. But Fumble Sports is across all of these platforms, and you can share your picks and get in on the contest. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We're going to drop some more picks on you, so make sure you drop some gifts on us. Every time we drop picks, it really helps and goes a long way. You guys support the show. Thank you so much, Deadpool, for getting us up to another confetti. We've got some more picks to give out. Next one we're going to go with is the Tigers to cover. Want to make sure I'm getting this at the most advantageous spot. Tigers plus 1.5, minus 188. That's what we're going to do. So Tigers is the next one. On that Yankees game that we just passed by, I'm going to take the under in this game. I'm going to go Rays Yankees, and I'm going to take the under, but I don't like the line for it right now. It's set at 8.5. I don't want the under there. I want the under at 9.5. That's what I like on it. Under 9.5, minus 175. The under's been a stronger play, really, for both teams of late. So under 9.5, I really like that one. Additionally, let's give out another pick. I'm going to go with the Orioles to cover. We talked about this one just a moment ago. Orioles have been red hot. They are just scorching hot. Additionally, Orioles will be facing Hyun-Jin Ryu, the former ace of the Dodgers and of the Blue Jays. He's been out with Tommy John surgery. He makes a return. So I'll be curious to know how he performs against a loaded Baltimore Orioles lineup. For me, I'll take the Orioles to cover as often as I can. They are just a good ticket over, to cover 1.5. I'll take that almost every time. I'm going to drop 2 more picks on you guys. I will take the Braves on the money line, and I'm going to take the Braves first 5 on the money line as well. Spencer Strider on the mound, as we mentioned, against Patrick Sandoval. I think the Braves, after losing last night, jump out to an early lead and win that game. Jeremy Todd is also going to take Ben Lively over on strikeouts. Let's get that second pick up here. Jeremy Todd is going to take Ben Lively over 4.5 strikeouts. You are on the board with your 2 celebrity shot picks. If you guys want to get in on our celebrity shot contest for the month of July, for the month of August rather, we've turned the pages from the month of July to the month of August. Get in on this celebrity shot contest. Ranger Suarez, tough numbers against the Miami Marlins. We're going to talk about a couple of players in that game in just a minute. Thoughts on Jets versus Browns on Thursday. We're going to break that game down probably closer to kickoff. We'll touch on it certainly on Thursday, but I'm just still waiting to make sure I hear who's actually playing in that game. Do I like betting on preseason football? Absolutely not. As I have mentioned to you guys before, it's like summer league basketball. There's no data to go with it. Maybe there are a few starters that you kind of have confidence in, but how long do those guys play? How many snaps do even the regular backups get? Really, it's not something I like to put my money on. We're certainly going to talk about it. I'll certainly be breaking down Zach Wilson's performance in that Thursday night game. But for the most part, not going to put any money down on it. I think that's burning your money. If you guys want to get in on our Celebrity Shot contest, make sure you write in the comment section my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, and then share whichever 2 picks you like. Everybody gets 2. If you guys are curious about the picks that I've given out, they're up on the board right now. We will publish those to our website a little bit later in the afternoon, so you can check all of those out there. We're going to give out some more picks right now for everybody, and what we're going to do is we're going to do reverse engineering picks after we put Diego's Celebrity Shot picks up on the board. Now I see what you're doing, Diego. So we're going to put Diego's Celebrity Shot picks up on the board, and then we are going to do some reverse engineering on walks allowed. Like I mentioned, those went really well yesterday, cashed on all but one of them, so they were a really strong ticket. Want to make sure I give those out early again. Spencer Strider, over 9.5 strikeouts is the next play that Diego is sharing with us. And Zach Gallen, over 6.5. Okay, so continue to share your Celebrity Shot picks no matter the platform. YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. Want to make sure that you're getting involved and getting your Celebrity Shot picks in. Let's get to our reverse engineering. We're going to jump on over to our player prop bet section of Outlier and look at specifically pitchers that we think are going to go over their walks allowed total. We're going to dive into this with the implied probability bumped up to its highest level, but we're also going to dive into how they've done, specifically home and road splits. I always feel like those are a good indicator. They certainly have been over the last few days. Let's go to walks allowed, pump up the implied probability. Surprise, surprise, Carlos Rodon is at the top of the list. New York Yankee fans aren't surprised that he's there. A lot of green up on your screen right there. You're just seeing he has not been a good pitcher of late. Really has struggled since he came. By the way, look at his home games thus far. 4 out of the last 6. I'm going to put this one up on the board. It is a chalky play, but I'm okay with it. Carlos Rodon, over 1.5 walks allowed. A rant I was going to go on later in the show is about the misery that New York baseball fans are going through with the Yankees, with the Mets. Both have nothing going on trade deadline day unless really they're sellers, which is a wonderful thing. But for me, I also think it does change how these games will play out with these two teams, not just today, but maybe over the course of the season. We may see a few more prospects. They may rest stars more like an Aaron Judge, so it'll be interesting. Jeremy Todd, what program are we using? This is a tool called Outlier. It's a great sports analytical tool. It brings together data and trends so I can always find good plays. Check out Outlier. We can provide a link if you guys are curious about it. With that said, let's continue to do our reverse engineering. Ranger Suarez was brought up as a strong play earlier, and he is a good play. So whoever had that Celebrity Shot pick, that was top dog. That was a good pick. Let's get Ranger Suarez up here. Yeah, we can put him up. Ranger Suarez, over 1.5 walks allowed. Good play. Let's keep going, everybody. Let's get to our next one in this reverse engineering pick. Alex Cobb, 63%. Diamondbacks are a good team when it comes to walks, but at home, he doesn't allow walks, so we're going to avoid it. Feels like a trap. Kyle Bradish, how about on the road? 3 out of the last 4. This is a good play. Kyle Bradish, over 1.5 walks allowed. Let's go to the next one. Ripping through pitchers we think are going to allow over 1.5 walks. Freddie Peralta is next, 63%. Oof, look at all that green up on your screen. Jeez, that is near lawn levels. I will take this. And on the road, by the way, 4 straight games. So Freddie Peralta over 1.5 walks might be one of the better plays of the day. Over 1.5 walks. Definitely jump on board with that one. Minus 167, absolutely. Gavin Williams, next one we have up on the board. 4 out of the first games he's pitched. This is a good one. On the road, yep. Gavin Williams is another one. Gavin Williams, over 1.5 walks allowed. We're finding some good picks right now. Next one, Pablo Lopez. Looks good. How about on the road? Even better. 3 straight games. Let's go Pablo Lopez. Over 1.5 walks allowed. Really strong. Love the data we're finding. It's backing up a lot of the instincts we had prior to the show. Zach Gallen. Not a great trend. On the road, slightly better, but certainly not good enough for me to take it. Andrew Heaney. Had been a good trend earlier in the year. At home. Hasn't been great of late, so I'll just avoid it for the moment. Ben Lively, 1.5. Looks like a good trend on the road. No, it's not. Sandy Alcantara had been struggling, got a little bit better. At home, not good. So those are going to be all of our walks allowed plays for the day. If you guys like those reverse engineering plays, there you go. A bunch of them up on the screen for you guys. So those are the pitchers we think are going to go over their walks allowed total. Arctic Tiger, don't be crazy. You're not selling Judge and Pete Alonso. That's crazy. They bring in so much money on apparel, on driving ticket sales, on your cable network. Absolutely not. I think the Dodgers are going to make a serious push for Justin Verlander. I think the Dodgers know that they are a good distance behind the Braves right now, and they need to make a substantial move today to try to chisel into that lead, ultimately come playoff time, because they don't have the pitching. Mike Oxlong, let's get to your pick. By the way, Luis Arraez over half a single. It's a no chalk contest, so we're going to have to check Luis Arraez over half a single. Over half a single is no good. Mike Oxlong no longer allowed. Additionally, is Austin Riley over half a hit? Austin Riley over half a hit? Nope. Those plays do not qualify, Mike Oxlong. It is a brand new day. What's the contest? In the month of July, we are having our contest, our celebrity shot contest, but it is a no chalk contest. The odds have to be minus 199 or better. So no more chalk. In the month of August, it'll be the first to 10. This is more challenging, so you have to get fewer wins. First to 10 wins, but this is a no chalk contest. So it is a bit of a challenge. Ketel Marte is the one you're going with. Interesting. Ketel Marte on a single. Let's check it. Ketel Marte on a single. That qualifies. So let us get Mike up on the board. Mike, love having you as a part of the show. Ketel Marte over half a single. That's what Mike Oxlong's going to go with. Let us, all of you guys get 2. Everyone gets 2 every single day. What's up, Egg? Hope you're having a great day. We're about to drop a bunch more picks on you guys. Again, if you guys want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, make sure you hit us up on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram. Check it. Hit us up on Instagram. We will share the link with you guys so you guys can be a part of our fantasy football mock draft that we'll do in about an hour. Ronald Acuna Jr. over on bases. Let's check it to make sure it's good. Ronald Acuna Jr. over 1.5 bases. Yep, it qualifies. Someone's asking about Freddie Peralta on strikeouts. Please and thank yous go a long way. Freddie Peralta strikeouts, 56% implied probability on the under, 47% on the over. That's why, interesting, the implied probability is not in your favor. We'll say that. Okay, let's do a bunch more picks. I'm going to drop some more picks for you guys, but the place I want to go, I'm going to drop a bunch of stolen base picks out here. What I've decided I'm going to do more and more is I'm just going to go through a rip of one thing so we're not bouncing back and forth between certain picks. So if you guys love stolen base picks, I'm about to drop a bunch of stolen base picks right now. That way we can do them all at one time. You guys can see the players that I like to get over half a stolen base. You guys ready to go? Trey Turner is the first one I'm going to go with. Over half a stolen base. 29% implied probability. He hasn't been getting stolen bases lately, but Sandy Alcantara gives up a lot of stolen bases, so I'm just going to be a believer. Trey Turner is where I'm going to start. Let's go to the next one. We'll talk about these players getting a hit or over half a hit run later in the show. Christian Yelich, over half a stolen base, 38% implied probability. Josiah Gray, another one you could steal bases off of. Christian Yelich. Again, all of these are going to be plus money. Next one that we're going to give out, Wander Franco. 27% implied probability, plus 260. Wander Franco goes up on the stolen base board. Appreciate you guys being with us. Just going through some players that we think are going to get a stolen base. Next one, another Tampa Bay Ray, Carlos Rodon. Terrible at holding runners. Oh, he's not there, so we can't put him up there. We can keep moving. Kevin Newman. This is going to, he's not up there. Keep going. Next one I'm going to give out is going to be Luis Robert Jr. Expect to hear his name quite a bit over the remainder of the show. 18% implied probability, plus 450. But again, Andrew Heaney, not good at holding runners. It's funny how the lefty pitchers actually aren't great at holding runners. Luis Robert Jr., he's up on the board. Let's check out Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr., nope, not Booby Witt Jr., Bobby Witt Jr., over half a stolen base, 32% implied probability, plus 218. And that's Bobby Witt Jr. For all those watching, no matter the platform, we will get to all of your questions, all of your picks, and all of your celebrity shot plays. Let's get to Jose. Nope, not available. Last one, Jake McCarthy. Last one for stolen bases. 32% implied probability, plus 215, Jake McCarthy. Those are the players we like to get a stolen base tonight. Those are the ones that we have. Let's get Stephen Pock's celebrity shot pickup on the board. Stephen Pock, who are you going with for your celebrity shot pick? Let's check it out. You're going to go Rangers on the money line. And you're going to take Shohei Ohtani over half a home run. He just barely missed one last night. Could absolutely hit one tonight. Not a bad play. Also, Dante. Do we have Dante up on the board just yet? Dante, I don't think I have your pick yet. I might have missed Dante's pick. Dante, you're asking for Ozzie Albies over half a run. Let's get Dante up here. Dante is taking Ozzie Albies over half a run. Is that what you're going with? Interesting play. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. The picks are coming fast and furious now. Your celebrity shot picks. Obviously, we're also dropping a bunch of picks of our own, so make sure that you get in on all of the action. We're going to drop a bunch more picks right now. Make sure you're dropping that confetti. Make sure you're dropping some live goal confetti to help us out. We certainly appreciate it. Do you guys, okay, I'm going to give you guys the option right now. I'm going to give you guys the option. We can go players that I like, player prop bets where I think they're going to get a hit or go over their hit run RBI total. We can go players I don't like, players that are going to go under that total or are going to have a strikeout. We can give out more MLB game picks. We can give out more WNBA picks. We can also give out long ball, long shots of the day in one big rip. What do you guys want? Let us know right now. We'll do what you guys want to do. What kind of picks do you want me to drop right now? MLB game picks, positive player prop bets, negative player prop bets, WNBA, or home run picks all at once. I'll let you guys decide. Take a minute. Think about it. I'm about to go through a rip of all of one thing right now. Whether it's home runs, good player prop bets, bad player prop bets, or a rip of game picks. Up to you guys. Which do you guys want? Diego says he wants home run picks. What do you guys want? Let us know. Across all of our platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. Hit that like button, share the channel, do all that stuff. But what do you guys want? MLB game picks, player prop bets, positive, negative. Sounds like home run picks is in the early lead. Does anybody want anything different? We'll give the people what they want. It sounds like people want dingers. If you want dingers, we'll give you dingers. Okay, let's also get Dante's celebrity shot pickup on the board. But it sounds like dingers are what are winning out. So we will give out all of our home run picks right now, believe it or not. We have a college football analyst joining us at 1 o'clock. We have our fantasy football mock draft at 1:30. So we have so much to get to. So because of that, if the people want home run picks, the people get home run picks. So I hope you guys tap the screen. I hope you have a lot of fun and enjoy the show and support the show. But I'm going to go through a rip of them right now. So believe it or not, I have 13 players that I am calling out to hit a home run today. Now that is a big number. Do not take all of them. I'm telling you right now, take the ones you like. Maybe look at the weather. But I found 13 players that I like to hit a home run. Do not follow on all of them. Not all of them will cash. But I tried to find the ones that really stood out. These are the 13 that really stood out. That's what the number I came up with. You guys ready to go? Let's turn over our stolen bases to home runs. Again, we'll touch on players that I like on hits and over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs a little bit later in the show. But we're going to focus on over home runs. First one I'm going to go with is Jorge Soler. Jorge Soler, I absolutely love him to hit a home run today. He has 2 home runs in his career against Ranger Suarez. He is a good play today. At plus 340, absolutely, he is the man today. Jorge Soler, first one that I'm taking. I will also take a teammate of his. I'm going to take Garrett Cooper to hit a home run. 13% implied probability, plus 700. Garrett Cooper at plus 700 against a left-handed pitcher. I'm getting the 2 right-handed big power bats on the Marlins who are good against left-handed pitching. Feels like a good play. Let's go to the next one. Staying in that game, Bryce Harper. 14% implied probability, plus 600. I'm taking Bryce Harper on this one. He does have a home run in his career against Sandy Alcantara. So that's why I'm taking it. His average is above 300, large sample size against Sandy Alcantara. So I like Bryce Harper to hit a home run. Again, we're going through a rip of players that I like to go yard today. Next one that I like, Jack Suwinski of the Pittsburgh Pirates. 20% implied probability, plus 390. If you take it at DraftKings, let's take Jack Suwinski, put him up on the board. Hope you guys are liking our Dinger Tuesday picks right here. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're following Butt Fumble Sports across all of our platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports because we give out these picks every single day. Let's go to our next home run pick. It's going to be Vlad Guerrero Jr. In his career, does have a home run against Kyle Bradish. 15% implied probability. I could get this at plus 550. Look at the difference between FanDuel and DraftKings in terms of odds. That's why you want to be on different sports books. But much better bet on DraftKings. Let's get Vlad Guerrero Jr. up here. Again, a lot of home run picks I'm giving out. Don't tail all of them. Pick the few that you like and maybe put half a unit down on it. Ryan Mountcastle is the next one I'm going with. 17% implied probability, plus 500. The reason I'm taking him, he doesn't have any history against Ryu in his career with Ryu's injury, but I really like the righty-lefty matchup. Ryan Mountcastle has been the best right-handed power hitter against left-handed pitching for the Orioles this year. That's the reason I like him today. Let's go to our next home run pick now. This one is going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. We didn't forget about him. I'm just taking him on a home run. 22% implied probability, plus 360 on it. Ronald Acuna Jr. is one of my home run picks for the day. Let's move on to our next one, and it is going to be Luis Robert Jr. I mentioned him earlier. I like him for a stolen base. I also like him for a home run. Frankly, you could do the same with Ronald Acuna Jr. You could take him on over half a home run, over half a stolen base, and both tickets could cash. 22% implied probability on the home run, plus 360 on the odds. Notice here, FanDuel's got the better odds than DraftKings. Just notice that. It's one of the reasons, again, you want to be on different sports books. Luis Robert Jr., next player that we have on the board. Let's rip through. I have 5 more home run picks that I like. So let's rip through those. Next one we're going to look at is Salvador Perez. He has outstanding numbers against Jose Quintana in his career. Plus 430 are the odds. 19% implied probability. That Salvador Perez is a home run pick for me. Again, 2 home runs lifetime against Quintana. Make sure you guys are reaching out to us. If you want to participate in our fantasy football mock draft, we're going to do that in about 45 minutes. If you guys want to be on that fantasy football mock draft, hit us up on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram. So just like iFrost, make sure you hit us up on Instagram. We have also Connor wants to join again. Great to see Connor hitting us up on Instagram. So go claim your teams because we have about 45 minutes until we do that mock draft. Now, let's give out some more home run picks. I have 4 more to go. Next one is going to be Fernando Tatis Jr. 29% implied probability, plus 245. Lifetime against Peter Lambert. He does have a home run. And again, this is in Colorado, so we like the home runs there anyways. 3 more to go. Next one who I'm going to call out, Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners. 20% implied probability, plus 390 on the odds. Again, notice FanDuel's got the better odds on this one than DraftKings. Always interesting to see which one usually has the better one. Cal Raleigh is the next name we have. 2 more to go. Next one is going to be an Oakland A, believe it or not. It's going to be Seth Brown. Oh, not coming up, so I won't put him up there. Last one is going to be Mookie Betts. Okay, this is why these names haven't come up. I'm going to put them both up on here. But the reason those names didn't come up is that the Oakland A's haven't made their starting pitcher official yet. What I have seen is that Ken Waldichuk will pitch in that game, whether the A's have an opener or whether Waldichuk starts. Waldichuk will ultimately come into that game. That's why I'm taking Mookie Betts. And as for Seth Brown, he has 2 home runs in his career against Lance Lynn. That's why I'm taking him. So, for all of those that are curious, let me zoom in. These are my long ball long shots of the day right there. All of our home run picks. We're going to publish these all to our website so you don't have to worry about it. You won't miss any of the picks that we have. But those are our long ball long shots of the day. Really appreciate you guys supporting the show, hitting that like button, no matter the platform. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're watching on TikTok, tap that screen. Twitch, Kick, do the same, hit the like button. Make sure you support Fumble Sports. We really appreciate it. So, we've given out stolen base picks. We've given out home run picks. Do you guys want, we're going to now give you guys the option. Do you guys want WNBA picks? Do you guys want more MLB game picks? Do you want positive player prop bets? Or do you want negative player prop bets? We'll let you guys decide. No matter the platform, you guys can get involved. We've given out our home run plays now, so what are you guys interested in? Diego says MLB game picks. We have player prop bets, WNBA picks, and MLB game picks. Let us know. We'll let you guys decide. Give it some thought. Take a minute. What do you guys like? Again, we have our fantasy football mock draft in about 45 minutes, and we have our college football analyst is going to be joining us. Tommy Morris, our college football analyst, is going to be joining us in about 15 minutes. Dante wants MLB game picks as well. If you guys want WNBA K's picks, I'm not big on strikeout picks. It's not something I usually, if you want the negative player prop bets, that we can do. If Arctic Tiger, if you want those negative player prop bets, players we think are going to struggle, let us know which one you guys want us to go with. I like that. Let's do our negative player prop bets. Let's do that. Negative player prop bets is going to be next. So these are players we think are going to struggle today. This is Struggle City. So we think they're going to go over on strikeouts, or they're going to go under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Okay? So everybody get ready. By the way, we'll talk about Shohei Ohtani on a walk a little bit later, Stephen Pox, so no worries about it. So we're going to do our negative player prop bets right now. These are players we think are going to have a strikeout or are going to go under their hits, runs, RBIs total. Everybody ready? Let's go. Jesus Sanchez doesn't show up. We move on. Zach McKinstry. 1.5, not going to take it. We'll rip back through on the unders in a minute. Giancarlo Stanton, 1.5, not going to take it. Let's go to the next one. And Aaron Judge on over half a strikeout, not going to take it. It's 1.5. Still haven't found a good one yet. Let's go to Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield over half a strikeout. Bingo. First one we're going to take. That's Whit Merrifield under half a strikeout. Over half a strikeout. Over half a strikeout. Next one that we're going to go to. Whit Merrifield was the first. Next player we're looking at for a strikeout is Sean Murphy of the Atlanta Braves. Over half a strikeout. It's a little chalky, but I'm going to take it. Sean Murphy over 1.5 strikeouts. Over half a strikeout. Next one. Tyler O'Neill. Not available. Next one. Juan Soto, over half a strikeout? Yes, I can. Minus 115. Love that. Over half a strikeout. Ripping through these negative player prop bets. Next one I'm going to look at is Julio Rodriguez. Over half, minus 300. That's too chalky. Not going to take it. Next one is going to be Jock Peterson. Over half a strikeout. A little chalky, but yes, I would. Next play that I'm going to put up on the board is going to be Lamonte Wade. Over half a strikeout, minus 280. I am going to take it. It's just super chalk. Over half a strikeout. Now, that was our first grouping of negative player prop bets that we like. Let's switch on over now, and let's look at players that we think are going to go under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So, let's go to hits, runs, RBIs, flip it over, look at the under. By the way, Lamonte Wade, welcome back. We're going to go through all these same guys again, because they're all guys that we probably like to go under 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. That is the next grouping of plays that we like. So, looking at Zach McKinstry, didn't like that one. I'm going to go Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. It's at plus money. I actually like this one. So I'm going to take Gleyber Torres under 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Yep, and that's a plus money play. Some of you guys may not want to tail that one. Fine by me. Research says it's a good play. Next one that I'm going to look at will be Whit Merrifield on the under. Plus money on this one as well. Taking it. Whit Merrifield under 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Next play that we're going to look at is going to be Matt Olson. Matt Olson on the under. under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. That's at plus money as well. Matt Olson, under. Boom, another play for you. Let's keep going. Oh, that's plus money. Got to make sure I put that in there. Next one I'm going to go to is going to be Dylan Carlson. This is another nice play. Let's get Dylan Carlson up here. Again, if you miss any of these, don't worry. We're going to post them all to our website after the show. That's buttfumblesports.com. So if you miss any of our picks, don't worry. We might go fast for you guys. We are going to give out all of our picks. We'll publish all of them to our website, buttfumblesports.com. We cash at about a 65% clip. Over the last few days, though, we're hitting at about a 68% clip. And by the way, when I say we give out picks, we give out around 70 to around 85 picks a day. So we give out a lot of picks. We're not just hitting on just one or two. We're giving out a lot of plays across the board for you guys to get at least different opportunities to cash some tickets. Let's go to Andrew Benintendi next. Andrew Benintendi, under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm going to take it. And I thought I could get that at plus, oh, it's even money. So I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to make it a plus money play up on the board. But Josh Naylor is the next one that I'm looking at. Josh Naylor. That's another one I like. Let's keep going, everybody. Next pick that we're going to put up on the board is going to be Juan Soto. I talked about Juan Soto a moment ago. I would take his under. I bet it's at 2.5. Yes, it is. Love this play at 2.5. So Juan Soto, bad numbers against this starting pitcher. Juan Soto, under, but this one's 2.5. Like that even more. Next one that I'm going to put up there, we talked about Julio Rodriguez, but his strikeout total was just not good enough given it was minus 300. I'll take the under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for Julio Rodriguez. Keeping this train going. Next one I'm going to go to, I mentioned him a moment ago, Jock Peterson, under 1.5. Definitely taking that. Got probably 4 more of these for you. The next one is going to be Brandon Crawford. Under, taking it. Let's keep rolling. Corbin Carroll, next one. I've got a rip of players on the Diamondbacks. It might surprise you. Corbin Carroll, I would take it. Plus money play. Plus money. By the way, we talked about Ketel Marte earlier. Whoever took him, sorry about it, but he doesn't have good numbers against this pitcher. I'm going to take the under, again at plus money. Ketel Marte, I'm going to take the under at plus money. Last one I have is Perdomo. And under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, it's even money. Boom. There you go. All of the players that I don't like today, all of the players that I think are going to have a bad day, over half a strikeout or under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, they are all up on the screen for you guys. By the way, in about 4 minutes, our college football analyst is going to join us. We're going to talk college football for a couple minutes. So if you guys love college football, we are going to have some good college football conversation coming to you in about 4 minutes, everybody. Again, we're going to post all of our picks to our website, buttfumblesports.com, after our show concludes. So if you want to get all of our picks, do not worry. By the way, get your celebrity shot picks in, everybody, because if you get your celebrity shot picks in and you get to 10 correct picks first in the month of August, you not only win bragging rights, but a free t-shirt from buttfumblesports.com. So guys, make sure you get your 2 favorite picks in. The celebrity shot contest for the month of August is on. By the way, we also have WNBA picks that I want to give out. I'll put those down here. We'll keep the MLB game picks, the MLB picks together. WNBA picks, I will give out a few. Let's drop those for you right now. Let's give out some WNBA picks. These are 3 picks I'm going to give out. First one is going to be the Lynx and the Sun. I'm taking the over in this game. Looking for the good alternative line, over 157.5. So Lynx, Sun, over 157.5. Really like that play. Next one I'm going to go with is going to be the Dream, the Atlanta Dream against the Aces. I like the Dream to cover. Get that alternative line. Dream plus 8.5. I have one more WNBA pick for you guys. Got the Sparks, the Liberty versus the Sparks. I'm taking the Sparks to cover. Sparks, I can get them at plus 12.5. So that's Sparks plus 12.5. Those are 3 WNBA picks I have for you guys, including 2 underdogs covering. So we've got stolen base picks that we've given out, WNBA picks that we've given out, long ball, long shots of the day that we've given out. We've given out reverse engineering, pitchers we think are going to give up a walk, and we've given out players that we think are going to have a bad day. Additionally, we also have already given out some MLB game picks. We have a lot more to give out. After our college football analyst joins us, we are going to give out more MLB game picks, and then we'll do a rip of players that we think are going to have a good day. So we'll have our college football analyst join us at 1 o'clock, so in about 2 minutes. Then we will give out the rest of our MLB game picks. Then we will do a rip of player prop bets on the positive side of things, and that should lead us right into our fantasy football mock draft. So whenever we conclude all of that, we will do our fantasy football mock draft. And again, our mock draft is something you guys can participate in. We already have a bunch of people who have claimed their spot. Make sure that you get in on the mock draft today. Right now, I have it set as a 10-team non-PPR snake draft. If you guys want to get in on it, let us know. Diego likes LSU to win the championship this year. We'll see if our college football analyst agrees with you. I'm excited to talk to him. It's the first time that we've had him on the show. It'll be nice to get some good college football conversation. Again, we will get back to our picks right after our conversation with our college football analyst. So if you want more MLB game picks, just hang tight, listen to our conversation, and then we'll get back to all of them. DeBrock30, great to see you. I'm doing a Dynasty League today. Who would be great young sleeper players to pick? Bijan Robinson. He's not a sleeper, though. Sleepers are like Dalton Kincaid. Tank Dell might be a good one as well. Charbonnet might be a good one. There are a few out there. Check out the wide receivers. Plenty of wide receivers that you can find that might be a good play, whether it's someone that you want to take late in a Dynasty League draft or whether it's someone that you actually want to try and move up and try and get like Jahmyr Gibbs. Plenty of good rookies in the Dynasty League drafts for those having them. Josh Downs is another one. That's a good call as well. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. We'll do our fantasy football mock draft of the day at 1:30 or around there. But now it is time to go back to school, everybody, because college football is actually coming on even closer than the NFL season. We always get excited about the NFL because there are training camps, ESPN and media really hypes it. But college football is just around the corner. Now that it is August, college football is going down in this month, everybody. So we have a lot to get to with our college football analyst, Tommy Morris. You can check him out on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it these days, at Real Tommy Morris. That's at Real Tommy Morris. Tommy, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm still not sure. Is it a tweet still? What are we calling them now?
I don't know. Are we calling them posts, reposts? Are we calling them X's? I don't really like talking about my X's, if I'm being honest. But I guess that's what we're doing these days. How are you doing? And before we jump into how you're even doing, when it comes to college football, is there anything that really gets you even excited at this point as we enter into August?
Well, to be biased, as much as I try not to be biased, being a USC graduate, this is one of the better teams I've ever had. So that, yes, obviously gets me excited. There's going to be a lot of drama just with a lot of these schools shifting around conferences. There's some new teams in new conferences and also some teams playing in their current conference for the last time. So, last chance to get the licks at their traditional rivals. So a lot going on this college football season. And like you mentioned, August 26th, first game, week 0, we're ready to go.
Now, you mentioned that, and that's where we're going to start. We'll get into the 2023 season in just a second, but these are changing times. The tectonic plates of college football are definitely shifting. Colorado is the latest domino to move, as they're going to move out of the Pac-12 to the Big 12. First of all, being someone who is located out there in Pac-12 country, what's been the reaction so far?
Well, the reaction is this conference going to exist? You have a lot of rumors of teams that might come into the Pac-12, but who would want to join a conference that might not be around in 5 years? So the TV deal seems to be very sketchy, to say the least. It doesn't look good. There was a kind of a big Pac-12 versus Big 12 showdown of one of us going to probably survive this, with the Big 10 sucking up some of the bigger schools from the Pac-12. And it looks to me like the Big 12 is going to be the winning conference out of these two. So we'll see. I don't think the Pac-12 will totally disappear off the map, but if you look at the WAC, which this happened about 15 years ago, completely lost Division I football, just every single team going from there to the Mountain West, with a lot of teams going, shifting around the first time this all happened. So I would be very concerned if I was a Pac-12 school, and it looks like the Arizonas want to make a move towards the Big 12. It looks like Washington and Oregon want to be Big 10 schools, and it looks like Stanford and Cal want to join those two as well in the Big 10, So I would be very concerned if I'm a Pac-12 member school, and I'd be trying to, look through my Rolodex to figure out where can we land for the next 5 years, because I don't know if this conference will be around anymore.
So often we talk about you cut the head off, you cut the snake off at the head. To me, the head of the snake is Oregon. If the Pac-12 loses Oregon and loses that Nike money, I think it would be devastating. But really, they have a problem not just at the head, but at the feet. Because if they lose the Arizona schools and they lose the Pacific Northwest schools in Washington and in Oregon, the Pac-12, it just ceases to be a conference. It really is a shell. But here's my question for you. In these moves, Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, which one do you think is ultimately going to end up being the quote-unquote biggest winner, who probably got the best deal or got the most out of their transition to another conference?
I think you got to look at Colorado, just because they have not been a good Pac-12 school. They haven't really done much football-wise. I know basketball, they've had some success, but they don't bring baseball to the table, don't even have a team. So for them to get out of the conference before the Washingtons and Oregons of the world and the Arizonas of the world is a pretty big win right there. Texas and Oklahoma moving to the SEC, to me, is a little, I think it's obviously money-wise, it's a great move, but they might struggle because now you don't have any of those doormat schools anymore. You're playing good teams every single week as far as football is concerned, and same with basketball. So maybe, again, monetarily, it's a good move, but I don't know if it's going to help them be competitive athletically.
Now, let's put conferences to the side, and let's talk about actual teams. Number 1 ranked team, no surprise here, the Georgia Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have been recruiting better than anyone in the country over the last few years, and it has shown up in their national championships. They keep getting 5-star, 4-star recruits. Kirby Smart is just dominating right now. Many people are putting him ahead of Nick Saban as the best coach in the country right now. Not all time, not looking at their record, their resume, but more looking at what they're accomplishing right now. However, there is some turnover at critical positions for Georgia. Quarterback, obviously, most notable. What are your thoughts on Georgia? What are our expectations for them in the 2023 season?
Still very high, because Georgia's one of those teams that sort of zigs where you zag. Most of these schools will recruit a kid, they'll get their best athletes and put them on offense, or try and focus more on offense, and that's what we've seen with all the points in college football. But Georgia doesn't do that. Georgia will beat you up on defense. So having a new quarterback is not as big of a deal as it might be for the Ohio States of the world, just because, I mean, again, somewhat hypocritical. You can't call Stetson Bennett a game manager and say, oh, no, it's a big problem that Stetson Bennett's not here anymore. It looks like Carson Beck, is going to be the quarterback for them this year. Similar to Stetson Bennett, not going to wow you, but he's not going to lose you a game. He also has the best tight end in the country, and Brock Bowers on his side to go along with Dominic Lovett and Lav Conkey, at wide receiver. So they have weapons on offense, but really it's a defense. They have 4 preseason all-SEC defensive players. It's going to be a very physical, beat-you-up type Georgia team that we're used to seeing.
that was a brilliant point that you just made that I actually want to touch back on. It makes me think of Kirk Cousins in the Netflix show about quarterbacks. He quotes Margaret Thatcher saying, "If my critics saw me walk on water, they would claim I couldn't swim." And I feel like that Stetson Bennett remark you made really fits into that, which is this idea of, oh, Stetson Bennett is just a game manager. Oh, but what's Georgia going to do without Stetson Bennett? Well, it can't be both at the same time. He either was a good quarterback or this is a plug-and-play system. My expectation is it actually is probably a little bit of both. He probably was more clutch. He probably was better in bigger games than the plug-and-play guy, and yet the system for a majority of the season is plug-and-play caliber because the competition that Georgia will be facing isn't to the level of Georgia's overall talent. But one player that is of that level might be the best tight end in the country and the best tight end prospect that we've seen come out of college since Kyle Pitts. That's Brock Bowers. Do you think Brock Bowers is going to end up being a top 10 pick in the NFL draft next April?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends how the NFL season shakes up and who's up there, but this is a guy who would probably have been the number one tight end taken if he was allowed to come out into the draft this year. So I would, if anyone's got a shot to do it in the tight end position, it would be him because, like you said, he's probably the best prospect we've seen. I put him over Pitts as far as exciting prospects coming out of college at the tight end position. So if anyone's got a shot to do it, it's him.
Very interesting that you put him over Pitts. Definitely those are the two best tight end prospects that we've seen over the last 5-6 years. I do now want to shift to the school up north, as it's referred to by those at Ohio State, and that is Michigan. Michigan is ranked second in the country, but they've got some problems because Jim Harbaugh is going to be suspended, it sounds like, for 4 games. I don't know if that's been completely resolved yet, but he's going to be out 4 games for recruiting violations, whatever it may be. 1, do you think that's actually going to have any real impact on Michigan? And 2, obviously the question that everyone cares about up there in Ann Arbor, is Michigan going to reach a national championship game and actually win anytime soon?
Yeah, I mean, we keep waiting for them to turn the corner, but in their defense, them just making to the playoffs a couple times is a pretty big jump for them from where they were before Harbaugh got there. There's a lot of, to me, it doesn't make sense much that what Harbaugh is claimed to have done, or giving a kid a hamburger or cheeseburger is now a 4-game suspension. I don't know if that's the full story. I'm give kind of a slap on the wrist. Hey, agree that you did this, and we'll look past some other things. But he is kind of wild when it comes to recruiting. But as far as I know, he stays within the rules. So he's going to miss 4 games. The 4 games he's going to miss are all home games. It's East Carolina, UNLV, Bowling Green, and Rutgers. Arguably the 4 easiest teams on the schedule. So if there are 4 to miss, he picked 4 good ones to miss. But also will help him is he's got J.J. McCarthy back. He's preseason all Big Ten quarterback. And he has the 2 best running backs, the best running back tandem in the country with Corum and Edwards back there. So if there is a team that is poised to do it, again, you have a returning quarterback. You have 2 guys in the backfield to help out offensively at least. This would be the team to do it, and these would be the games to do it. So not ideal, again, having your head coach out for 4 games, but if you had to handpick them, these would be them.
Which team do you think is more likely to reach the college football playoff? Florida State or Ohio State?
That's a very good question. Now, with Florida State, it's again one of those things. Are they ready to turn the corner? Are they ready to come back to fruition? It's kind of like when we talk about Texas. It's always like, are they back? You got a great quarterback down there, but they haven't really proven that they can. They have turned that corner yet. Excuse me. Ohio State has the big question that we were asking sort of about Georgia, but not to the same extent. Kyle McCord is going to pick quarterback for Ohio State. Everybody seems to have figured it out that they plug in at quarterback, and they all seem to be top picks. So you got to trust what they've got going on in the quarterback room and the recruiting process and the player development process. It also does help that Marvin Harrison Jr. and Ibuka are the 2 best wide receivers in the country on the same team. Like, not the best wide receiver tandem. Maybe the 2 best wide receivers in the country are on the same team. So Kyle McCord will be given a pretty good shot at making himself look good. I think Ohio State has a very, very good chance to make the college football playoff, where I think Florida State is somewhat of a team that would be kind of a pipe dream. 2
more questions for you before we let you go. The next one's going to be 2 exactly your favorite team. I know you're going to love talking about this account, and that is USC. This is maybe their best chance at a national championship since Pete Carroll. I'm not saying they're a national championship favorite by any means, but this is their best chance that they've had since that time. Caleb Williams coming back off of his Heisman campaign. What can we expect from USC, and are they a legitimate national championship contender, or are they just a college football playoff contender?
This should be a college football playoff contender, and I hesitate national championship want to. It helps when you have the best quarterback in the country. And Caleb Williams, and I cannot speak more highly of Caleb Williams. I think people compare it to, when Andrew Luck came out, this was the best quarterback prospect we've ever seen. I think Caleb Williams is better as a prospect than Andrew Luck. I don't think I've ever seen a better quarterback prospect, given the fact he's already won a Heisman, given the fact he can beat you with his legs and his arm. And everything for him just seems so effortless. If you watch a USC game, he's calm, poised, and he just always seems to have a good head on his shoulder. I, again, could not be more impressed with a quarterback. He does lose Jordan Addison, which isn't great. They get Dorian Singer to transfer in as a wide receiver. Mario Williams is still there. The big thing for USC was the defense was atrocious. It was embarrassing to watch at times. If you watch the Tulane bowl game, the way that they kind of blew that game. Again, bowl game, so who knows the motivation for some of the players, but it was a display of poor tackling all the way around, and they just looked completely lost against a team that they should have, in theory, kind of smacked around a little bit. So they've got some transfers on the defensive line, which should help, and that is the big question mark. If they can be decent, I'm not even saying be good. If they can be decent on defense, they have a very good chance, not only at the playoffs, but at the national championship.
Okay, last question that we have for you is, give me one team that could be this year's TCU, that kind of comes out of nowhere, that isn't an Alabama, that is a bit more kind of off the radar. They could still be ranked maybe in the top 15, but is outside maybe that top 7, not an LSU, not a Clemson, someone that's a little bit farther out that you think could crack that college football playoff.
Yeah, so kind of in that wheelhouse, I would put Washington in there. Michael Penix Jr. is coming back. It's like his 20th year in college football. Had a great season last year at his first season at Washington, the transfer from Indiana. This is a very good team. They won 11 games last year, and people kind of forgot about them because you look at the West Coast, people always just think about Oregon. They always think about USC, obviously. And Washington is always kind of that other team that, they're actually really good also, and they've had a pretty good story program. So if you're going to look out for one team that right now people don't think about for a playoff berth, I would look as far northwest as possible to Washington.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Tommy Morris. You can check him out at @RealTommyMorris on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it. Make sure you check us out. Every week he's going to be joining us either on Mondays or Tuesdays to give us some good college football information, good analysis, and obviously break down the Heisman race. We'll talk some bets over the course of the year as well. But Tommy, great to have you on the show. Hope you have a great day.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate Tommy being with us. Hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. Really excited about the college football season that's just a few weeks away. We have still more picks to give out. I promised you guys that I would give out more of my MLB game picks. Additionally, we have more player prop bets to give out. So we will rip through the two of those because we have our fantasy football mock draft going off in about 15, 20 minutes, everybody. So if you want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, the spaces are running out. Let's see how many are left. Make sure you get in right now. There are only 5 spots left. If you want to participate in our fantasy football mock draft today, DM us on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram, or there should be a link that is pinned to the live stream for YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. You can hit that link, claim the team, and play along with us during our mock draft in about 15, 20 minutes. Now, I have more MLB game picks to give out, so let's get to work, everybody. Next ones we're going to give out are going to be Twins, Cardinals, no run in the first inning. Oh, and by the way, Jorge, consider yourself in the mock draft. We just shared the link with you. Next pick we're going to give out, we're going to take the Cardinals to cover. Want to make sure we're getting this at the right spot, so let's jump on over, check out our Cardinals game. +1.5. Yep, that's the best spot to take it. Let's keep going. We're going to give out all of our remaining MLB game picks right now. White Sox, I think you can get this at +2.5. White Sox, I think this is a +2.5 line play. It is at -175. Really like that. So White Sox +2.5. Next one I'm giving out. We will also take the Cubs on the money line. I'll also take the Cubs first 5 on the money line as well. We'll take the Guardians to cover, plus I'm thinking it's going to be 1.5. Don't think it's going to be anything better than that. Let's see. Let's just take a look. Plus 2.5. Yep, not quite there. So plus 1.5 is going to be another play for me on the Guardians. I will also take Guardians, Astros. I'm going to take them on the over. I saw it at 7.5. That's what I think is going to probably still be available to me. So Guardians, Astros, it's set. It's 8.5 right now, but that's at even money. I'll take the over 7.5 at minus 140. Giving out the remainder of all of my MLB game picks. So get ready, folks. We still have some more MLB game picks to drop. I'll take the Royals to cover today. Royals to cover. Royals plus 1.5. Can I get them at 2.5? Yes, I can. Wow. Take them at both. I take the plus 2.5 and I take the plus 1.5. I take both. I really like that play. I really like the opportunity to take both of those. Definitely one that I like. Jorge will get your celebrity shot pickup on the board, as well as Ben Barnes. All those watching will get your celebrity shot picks in. Just give us 1 second. First, I want to give out the rest of my picks. Red Sox, Mariners. I'm going to go on the over on this one, but the over is not going to be that many runs. Right now, I think it's set at 7.5. I would take it over that. Over 7.5, nope. I'll take the over 6.5 at minus 190. So over 6.5 for that game is another play I like. Keeping it going, I will take the Mariners on the money line. I will take the Red Sox to cover, though, plus 1.5. I will also take the Diamondbacks, Giants, under 8.5. Under 8.5. If I can get it even higher, I absolutely would. I think, no, under 8.5 is the best you're going to get on this one. Yep, under 8.5 at minus 160. And the last MLB game pick that I am going to give out for today's show is going to be the Dodgers, and I'm going to take them to cover 1.5 runs. Dodgers to cover 1.5 runs. Not up on the screen again because the A's haven't put their starter out yet, but I like the Dodgers to cover the 1.5 runs. Those are all of my MLB game picks for today. Again, we will publish those all to our website, buttfumblesports.com. So if you missed any of them, do not worry. Let's get a couple of picks up on the board. Some celebrity shot picks from you guys. Ben Barnes. Let's see what Ben wants. He's going Zach Eflin over 1.5 walks allowed. And additionally, you were also going to take Miles Michaelis over 1.5 walks allowed. We still have a few more picks to give out of my own. Jorge has another pick. Jorge is going with the Phillies Marlins over. Jorge is taking the Phillies Marlins over, and you're taking over 7. Let's just make sure. Phillies Marlins over 7. Yep. You could actually take it at over 6.5 and still be okay. We'll give you the over 6.5 if you want to take it there. Let us know if you're being stubborn about the 7, though. Okay, we have a lot of work still to do before we do our fantasy football mock draft. That mock draft is filling up. Only 3 spots left, everybody. So if you want to get in on that fantasy football mock draft, make sure you get in there right now. Hit us up on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports on Instagram, or hit the link that's pinned to our live streams. We have a ton of work to do, though, in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I have a rip of players that I like today. Player prop bets that I really like. We're going to go through all of them right now. This is over half a hit or over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Everybody ready? Oh, sorry, Ben Barnes, you're taking the under on those 2 plays. My bad. Under on those 2 plays. Interesting. Under and under. Interesting. Ben Barnes, you're on the board. Okay, next one we're going to go to is going to be this rip of players that we think are going to get a hit. We're going to go to the over. We're going to over half a hit and over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Both of these, we're looking at the over. Everybody ready? Let's go. Gene Segura. over half a hit, minus 210. That's the one I'm going to take. Gene Segura, over half a hit, leg of a parlay. That's the only one. Not going to take the over hits, runs, RBIs. Let's go to the next one. Jorge Soler, mentioned him earlier, taking over half a hit, taking over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm taking both of them. Jorge Soler, over half a hit. Jorge Soler, over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Next player that we like, we're going to look at Alec Bohm. Alec Bohm, over half a hit. Not a great play, but that's what I'm going to take. Over half a hit, and I'll just make it the leg of a parlay. Bohm, over half a hit, leg of a parlay. Ripping through these players right now. Next one, Nick Castellanos. Over half a hit. That's the one I'm going to take. Over half a hit is a leg of a parlay here. Again, if you guys love the content, make sure you follow us across our platforms. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that follow button. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. We had Bryce Harper in a home run play. Let's make sure we got Bryce Harper up here. Over half a hit. Too chalky. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is what I'm going to take. Bryce Harper, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Continuing to cruise through these. Next one, we mentioned Trey Turner on the stolen base. Over half a hit, minus 200. That's the only one we're going to do. Trey Turner, over half a hit. Don't trust him enough at this point for the hit, run, RBI. Next one we're going to look at is going to be Austin Hedges. Oh, not there. Can't go with him. Lane Thomas. I'm going to take both of these. Over half a hit and over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Lane Thomas, over half a hit, good play. And then Lane Thomas. Now, the over half a hit isn't a leg of a parlay, so it's clean, like that one. Let's go to the next one. Yandy Diaz. Yandy Diaz, over 1.5 hits, don't like that, but hits, runs, RBIs I'd take. Yandy Diaz. Another play up on the board for you. We're continuing to work through all the players that I like today. We've got a lot of them, so we're not done yet. Brandon Lowe, or Lowe, over half a hit, yes. Wow. So this is a shocker to me. Brandon Lowe, I can get over half a hit. That's a good play, right? I can also get it, Lowe, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Or sorry, over half a hit RBI. Over half a hit, run, RBI. Look at that. Good play. Minus 165. Love that. Love that. Definitely taking that. Next one I'm going to go with is going to be Bo Bichette. If he, I'll avoid him because he might not be playing. If he's playing, no, he's not playing. He got hurt yesterday. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is the next one. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is what I'd take. Let's keep it going. Next player that we're going to look at is George Springer. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for Springer. Few more minutes until our fantasy football mock draft. Only 3 spots left. If you guys want to get in on this fantasy football mock draft, only a few minutes left to get in there. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We'll share a link with you guys so you can be a part of that mock draft. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to go with Ryan Mountcastle. I mentioned him on a home run. I'll take him over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. We will post all of our picks up on our website once the show concludes, so you can find them all there. I'll also take Jorge Mateo, over half a hit. Over half a hit for Jorge Mateo. Next player we're going to look at is going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. Mentioned him earlier. Over, nope, can't take any of those. Wouldn't touch it. Only over half a run would be the play I like for him. Over half a run for Ronald Acuna Jr. Yes, I will. Starting to not become a good play, but I will take it. Half a run. Let's keep ripping through the picks that we like, looking at hits, runs, RBIs, and looking at the guys we think are going to go over that total. Austin Riley, over half a hit is available. It's chalky as hell, but I'll take the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs instead. Continuing to rip through these player prop bets. Next one we're going to look at is going to be Michael Harris. Over half a hit, good play. That's the one I would take. Michael Harris, the second, over half a hit. Nolan Arenado is going to be the next player I look at. Over half a hit, yes. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, yes, I actually would. Over half a hit. Is that a leg of a parlay? Technically, yes. And I'd also take Nolan Arenado over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Continuing to rip through these plays. When is your NFL show? It's Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. we do our NFL show. We will do the mock draft in just a couple of minutes. Continuing to rip through some players we like on a prop bet. Paul Goldschmidt, I'll take the over half a hit. Just that. Over half a hit. It is the leg of a parlay. Still going. We have a bunch more names still to get through, believe it or not. We have a bunch more players to still get to. Whew. Cody Bellinger. Over half a hit. Hits, runs, RBIs is where we're going to go. Next one. Nick Senzel. Can we get that? Over half a hit? Yeah, I'll take that. Nick Senzel, over half a hit. The next one is going to be Spencer Steer. Over half a hit, not a good play. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is. It's giving out more picks than you guys know what to do with, I'm sure. Tyler Stevenson. Over half a hit is what I take. Keep it going. Again, all of these picks will be posted onto our website in case you missed any of them, so there's no reason to fret. Kevin Newman. Nope, not there. Next one's going to be Stephen Kwan. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, I'll take. Stephen Kwan. Next one up there. Let's keep going. I mentioned Luis Robert Jr. earlier. Love him across the board today. Number of things. Over half a hit, yes. Hits, runs, RBIs, yes. I really hope he has a good day because we are all over his stats today. Junior. Keeping it going. Getting a few more out there for you guys. Jose Altuve. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Next one I'm going to go with is going to be Josh Bell. Over half a hit. Additionally, also going to take Jose Ramirez. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Oh, and over half a hit. Yeah, absolutely. Ramirez, over half a hit. And Jose Ramirez, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Just a few more to go, and then we'll get to our mock draft. Just a few more. Salvador Perez, over half a hit. No. Salvador Perez, though, would take him on 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Just a couple more for you. Fernando Tatis Jr. 1.5 hits, 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. The only one that's probably worth taking is runs, and it's not. So I'm not going to take him anywhere else. Too bad. Wanted to get that one up on the board, but really nothing else there. Cal Raleigh, over half a hit, definitely would take that. Got just a hand. Mentioned him earlier, is the leg of a parlay. And Christian Walker, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'll also take Seth Brown and Mookie Betts aren't there. I'll throw up Mookie Betts, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Woo! Those are all the picks, everybody. We just dropped a ton of picks. So many picks. A 22-leg parlay. Yeah, so many. By the way, Tim. Woo! Those are all the picks, everybody. We just dropped a ton of picks. So many picks. A 22-leg parlay. Yeah, so many. By the way, Tim Anderson is still a good big picks on picks on picks. We will publish all of this fantasy football mock draft for those who want to join. Actually, had a couple people leave, so we still have a couple of spots available. So if you guys want to get in on this fantasy football mock draft, we are going to do that right now. If you guys want to participate in this 10-team non-PPR mock draft, this is going to be a 10-team non-PPR mock draft. If you guys want to get in on it, the opportunity is there for you. Standard League, non-PPR, snake draft. We will randomize the draft order, but if you guys want to get in on it, a couple seconds to give you an opportunity. Final few seconds, just DM us on Instagram. DM us on Instagram right now. We'll share the link with you guys. Jorge, I got it in. Don't worry. So get your 2 celebrity shot picks in. Just DM us there. But of course, we're going to do our mock draft right now, everybody. If you guys are ready to do our mock draft, we're going to get that started. So everybody, get ready. Our fantasy football mock draft is about to get underway. We're going to randomize the draft order. Randomizing the draft order. We're about to do our fantasy football mock draft. So everybody get set. Randomizing the draft order. Jorge the GOAT is going to be going first. Bobby Jr. second. I'm in a tough spot at 6th. We will see how the draft goes. Hope everybody's ready. Jeremy Todd, hope you're ready. Wow, a bunch of people just jumped in, so we've got a bunch of people ready to go with our mock draft. Only 3 spots available. Everybody ready to go? Let's start. And we are underway. Jorge the GOAT, you have the first pick in the draft. Jorge the GOAT is going to be getting us started. Let's see where he goes with his first pick. Jorge the GOAT. Let's see where he goes. Diego. There's no shadiness here. Even with IP Shade 45, there's no shadiness. Seeing if Jorge can give his first pick of the draft. Waiting on it. Christian McCaffrey, first one to go. This is non-PPR. This is a non-PPR league. This is a non-PPR league. For all of those that are playing along, all those that are watching, this is a 10-team non-PPR league, everybody. So if you guys want to get in on our mock drafts, they're available every day. Justin Jefferson goes number 2. Austin Eckler goes next. IP Shade 45 going to make his pick. By the way, we post all of our mock drafts up on YouTube. Bijan Robinson goes 4th overall, 3rd in the draft. That feels a little bit early to me, especially in a non-PPR. Jamar Chase goes next. Looking at the running back position, Saquon Barkley has now shot up to number 9 now that he signed that contract. I'll take a chance on him. I haven't done him too often. I'll go with Saquon Barkley here. Now that the uncertainty around his contract is over, not a terrible pick. Kelsey goes, Chubb goes, Cooper Kupp goes. El Pinche is now on the board, or on the clock rather. Interesting, the auto draft teams went with Kelsey and Kupp. Tyreek Hill now goes off the board. El Pinche's got that double pick. Let's see where El Pinche goes with his second pick. CeeDee Lamb. Interesting that he doubles up on wide receiver. Team 9 goes Jonathan Taylor. Diggs goes next to Ben Barnes. Team 7. Curious to know where Team 7 goes in this after taking Travis Kelce first. Team 7, an auto-drafting team, is clearly making a lot of decisions right here. Interested to see where they come. Where are they going to go on this one? Team 7. Interesting, this is an auto-draft and it's going slow. Okay, Team 7. Lots of drama in this one. Team 7. Devontae. Okay, I don't know why I just got auto-drafted, but apparently I got auto-drafted. I got Devontae Adams. That wasn't the pick I was going to make, so for some reason it auto-drafted me. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Not who I was going to take, but okay. IP Shade 45, you're on the clock next. Certainly don't like that. That was awful. Yeah. Not going to bitch and moan, though. That's what happens. Shit happens. Derrick Henry goes next. So 2 running backs for IP Shade 45. Patrick Mahomes, first quarterback off the board. Bobby Jr. now up there. By the way, Jorge the GOAT with some nice picks. Wilson and Waddle to go with Christian McCaffrey. Really like that 3. Bobby Jr. next to go. He goes ETN. Where does Frost go? Breece Hall. Running backs going fast and fierce now. Shade 45 going next. Tony Pollard after Hurts. Interesting that Hurts went when he did. I got very lucky in this one. Ramondre Stevenson still available for me, so I feel good. Better. I don't like that Devontae Adams went where he did, but happy that he is at least a top wide receiver. By the way, if I were in the position that I'm in this mock draft after having that auto pick for Devontae Adams, I'd look for a trade partner. Najee Harris goes to Ben Barnes. Team 9 takes T. Higgins. El Pinche, where is he going to go next? El Pinche has that back-to-back picks right here. We'll be curious to know where he goes. He goes Joe Mixon, got a running back, and then Dameon Pierce. Very interesting. Ben Barnes now on the clock. Highest rated player is Mark Andrews, then Devontae Smith, DK Metcalf, and then some quarterbacks. He goes Devontae Smith. Kenneth Walker goes next. Surprise, surprise. Jahmyr Gibbs still on the board for me. I'm going to take him. I'll take Jahmyr Gibbs. I have my 3 running backs. Team 5 takes Mark Andrews. Shade 45 making his pick. We have 3 auto-drafting teams. Everyone else is human, so we'll see how people play it out. DK Metcalf next off the board. I like what Shade 45 is doing. Maybe went a little early on Jalen Hurts, but you can't argue it too much. Nice team he's building so far. Frost with Deebo Samuel. He's got a nice squad. Bobby Jr. gets his 3rd running back. Jacobs, Etienne, and Aaron Jones to go with Justin Jefferson. Not bad. Jorge the GOAT, I've liked what he's done in his first 3 picks. Probably needs a running back. There's been a run on running back over the last 2 rounds. Starting to get a little bit later in that. He goes after Lamar Jackson and Hawkinson. So forget what I'm saying. He doesn't go running back. He goes in 2 other directions trying to fill out the starting lineup. Very curious there. Running back going very early in this mock draft so far. Maybe because it's a non-PPR, people aren't valuing the wide receiver position the same. We've had 3 tight ends, we've had 4 quarterbacks taken, and we're just in the second pick of the 5th round. Justin Fields goes next. Quarterback's going. Keenan Allen comes off the clock, or comes off the board. IP Shade 45 is on the clock. They've built a nice squad so far. Joe Burrow, quarterback, continues to go. I feel like I'm getting bailed out. I get Calvin Ridley. That's a great pick for me. So I'll continue to wait on quarterback. I know there's been a run on them early, but I feel like quarterback, there's value all over the board. Wide receiver, a little bit harder. I'll take it. Where will Ben Barnes go with his next pick? Diego, I gotcha. Try up a new strategy. Ben Barnes went with Miles Sanders. Team 9 goes with Justin Herbert. Interesting that quarterback continues to be the popular play. El Pinche is now on the clock. Mixon and Pierce were his last 2 picks. Where will El Pinche, also known as Diego, go with this one? By the way, if you guys want to get involved in our mock drafts every single day, just DM us on Instagram. We'll share a link with you guys every single day so you guys can participate in our mock drafts. Or if you just want to check them out, they'll be posted onto YouTube immediately after the show. George Kittle, another tight end goes. DJ Moore to Team 9. Nice pick there by Team 9. Ben Barnes on the clock. London, Godwin go. I have 3 running backs. I have 2 wide receivers. I'm going to go with a tight end, and I'll go with Kyle Pitts. Round 6 is probably around the place I was willing to take a tight end. Maybe a little bit early, but felt like I had to there. Goddard goes to Frost. Tight end continues to move. Bobby Jr. on the clock. Bobby Jr. has 1 wide receiver, 3 running backs, and a quarterback. Bobby Jr.'s pick, the 9th pick of round 6. Gotta think a wide receiver or tight end. Yeah, he goes wide receiver with Brandon Ayuk. Jorge the GOAT next up. Figure running back for Jorge. Yep, he goes Dalvin Cook. That's going to end up being a good pick in the 6th round. End of the 6th round. He might want to double down on running back, and he does. Madison, that time we got it right, Jorge. Bobby Jr. next to go. Interesting spot that he's in. He'll go to tight end. He'll go Waller. Christian Kirk goes next. Shade 45. He's got 3 running backs, got his quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and has 2 wide receivers. Does he want a tight end? Best tight end on the board right now is Evan Ingram. So Watson and Akers go next. I feel like the run on quarterback, this is about the time I'll take it. Still feel like it's a round too early, but they've gone so quickly. I'll get Trevor Lawrence right here. James Conner goes next. Ben Barnes. Where's Ben Barnes going to go? He's got a good balance of running back and wide receiver. He's got good depth at both positions. 3 of each through the first 6 rounds. Let's see where he goes with his 7th overall pick. Ben goes with Dak Prescott. Yeah, I felt like he was going to take Trevor Lawrence if I didn't. DeAndre Swift goes off the board, and now El Pinche Jumba takes Alvin Kamara with the last pick of round 7, and then takes Deshaun Watson. Team 9 goes with Mike Williams. Pacheco, nice pick by Ben Barnes. So I have 3 running backs. I have 2 wide receivers. I probably need another wide receiver. It's going to be a reach, but it's going to be Jackson Smith-Njigba. Probably 1 round earlier than I want, but I definitely didn't see him making it through round 8. Hollywood Brown goes next. Shade 45 on the clock. He's got back-to-back wide receiver. He'll go running wide receiver again. George Pickens. Frost now on the clock. We are making our way through round 8, about halfway through this 15-round mock draft. Tyler Lockett comes off the board. 5 straight wide receivers coming off the board. Bobby Jr. next to pick. Another wide receiver off the board. The run on wide receiver is on. Jorge the GOAT next to go. In this 10-team non-PPR snake draft. 3 wide receivers in a row for Jorge, so he's got 4 running backs now, rather. 3 running backs in a row. Dotson goes next. 7 wide receivers over the last 8 picks. 8 wide receivers over the last 10 picks. So the wide receiver position has definitely been the popular one. A.J. Dillon goes next. Now Rachaad White, the running backs, making a push here in round 9. IP Shade 45 to go. Then an auto draft pick, so it'll be interesting to know where IP Shade 45 goes. He goes Evan Ingram. That is his first tight end, so able to wait on tight end to get Evan Ingram. I think that's a good pick. So I have 3 running backs. I have 3 wide receivers. I feel like wide receiver is still the more valuable position. This is absolutely a reach, but I love him. Zay Flowers. You guys know I like Jackson Smith-Njigba. I like Zay Flowers. I like getting those 2 guys right at this point in the draft. Lock them in. Ben Barnes takes Pat Freiermuth, his first tight end of the draft. David Montgomery comes off the board, and now El Pinche with back-to-back picks. Last pick of round 10 is Jordan Addison, and now we are into round 10. Last pick of round 9. Now we're into round 10. El Pinche. Jorge, we change it up. It's really about the position we're in. You know, if there are players we like, they're players we like. I won't reach too much, but I'm going to go after a team that I like to build. You're going to notice they're pretty much the same names. It's about the order. It's about the position of my drafting. So don't hate on the fact I'm taking the same players. It's about how did I build that team, given that I'm competing against different people. I'm in a different spot each time. That's really what this is about. If you like certain players, you don't need to just take players you don't like for the sport of it. Tony just came off the board. Now, I do have Kyle Pitts, but I'm a little bit concerned about that tight end position. I'm going to double down, and I'm going to get I'll go with Dalton Schultz on this one. I actually think he will actually be a good backup pick. I usually like Dalton Kincaid, but there you go. I'll go Dalton Schultz. There's a slight change for you. I like both of them equally. Let's keep going. Making our way through round 10. Again, if you're in mock drafts, you can take the same players over and over. You can't possibly, at certain points in the draft, you get boxed out, other people take them. I'm sure there are people in this draft who are going, oh, that Butt Fumble Sports, he got the player I wanted. Finishing out round 10, Bobby Jr., the next one to go. Again, this is a 10-team, non-PPR snake draft. A mock draft. Lazard comes off the board. We have 5 rounds to go after this one. 5 rounds to go. You would expect a defense and a kicker to be at least 2 of them. So it's really about how do you maximize your final 3 picks outside of those 2 positions. Williams next to go. Waiting on Bobby Jr., he takes P. Ryan. Frost takes Kincaid. Shade 45 next to go. A couple of tight ends. I'm going to look at a running back position. I'll take a flyer on Khalil Herbert as a backup running back. Team 7 gets Tua Tagovailoa, their second quarterback. Interesting. Team 7's already working on their backup quarterback plan. Let's see where Ben Barnes goes with his round 11 pick. He goes Michael Thomas. Team 9 takes Anthony Richardson. That's kind of a wasted pick. El Pinche. El Pinche took a tight end last time. He's taken a different position in 5, 6. I mean, every round, he hasn't gone back-to-back since those running backs in rounds 3 and 4. Diego. My final pick is an interesting sleeper. Okay, I'll wait on it. We'll get excited about it. Rashad Penny, next to go. Let's see if El Pinche can get his 2 picks in. By the way, this is my fault. I should have set it at 30 seconds. Let's do that from now on. Let's speed up this draft. We'll set it at 30 seconds from now on. Draft settings. We'll get that down to 30 seconds. Time per pick. So we'll move it along a little bit faster. Cowboys. El Pinche takes the Cowboys defense almost every time. Talk about, again, kind of a homer. Defense started to go, which means I'll take a defense. I'll take the 49ers, probably a round earlier than I wanted to, but that's okay. If the run on defense happens, I'd rather be able to pick it than wait on it. Shade 45 again. I just sped up the clock, so a few fewer seconds to make your pick. Eagles defense goes. Let's see what comes next. We've had a run on defense in this round 12. Something to keep note of. Round 12 is where we're seeing defenses in this mock draft. This is a 10-team, non-PPR snake draft. Interesting that round 12 has gotten the defenses going. Defenses. Where will Jorge the Goat go next? With this pick, we will enter into the final 3 rounds of the draft. Jorge the Goat, waiting on it. Jorge got his shirt. Jorge, send us a picture. We'd love to see it. Why don't you tweet or why don't you post on Instagram a picture? We would love to see you wearing your Butt Fumble sports shirt. He takes Bateman. and the Jets defense. Okay. Round 13, Justin Tucker goes. First kicker is off the board. Let's see if we get a run on kicker. McPherson goes. Will we see a run on kicker? Kirk Cousins goes next. Too bad he was going to be who I took. I'll take a bit of a flyer, and I'll go Aaron Rodgers as my backup quarterback. Ben Barnes goes with a kicker first before a defense. Let's go. Let's see if El Pinche. Let's see what Diego does. He goes Carlson with his kicker pick. He now has his defense and his kicker. So he's got 2 picks remaining. What, are you going to take Vaughn or something as the running back? Jorge, Commanders and Ravens defense before Dolphins and Jets. Maybe it's because the expected points. You know, the AFC East, there's going to be a lot of points scored, so those defenses might give up a few more points than you might expect. Bass goes next. Let's see where Ben Barnes goes. Will he go with a defense? Will he go with another position? He goes Seahawks defense. I'll go with my kicker. You guys probably know at this point I'm taking McManus since I'm so predictable. Sanders goes next. Shade 45. Where's he going to go? Geno Smith. Good pick. Tom Brady. Frost just picked Tom Brady. Okay. A wasted pick if there ever was one. Tom Brady is retired, and he's going to stay retired. Tom Brady ain't coming back to the league, folks. Bobby Jr. next to go. Time's up on... Oh, he's got Elijah Moore just in. Now, final pick before our last round gets underway. Jorge the GOAT, the next to go. Jake Elliott is the kicker he's going with. And Jorge the GOAT making his final pick of our 10-team non-PPR snake mock draft. Let's see what he comes up with. Final few picks of this mock draft. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Rice, that's a nice pick. Bobby Jr. next to go. Bryce Young. Interesting, Tom Brady got drafted before Bryce Young. That's a funny one. Next pick of this round 15. Williams. Jamison Williams, the wide receiver. Gano, Texans defense. I'll take Jerick McKinnon. Just get another running back there. Giants defense. Ben Barnes with his final pick of the draft. He goes Mingo, Saints defense. Diego, you're the last pick of the draft, buddy. Last one to go. Let's see what this pick's going to be. And it's McIntosh. Interesting. Okay, that's it, everybody. That is our fantasy football mock draft of the day. Make sure you go onto YouTube. You can check out that entire mock draft and see how it went down. You can check out every pick that we just gave out. That said, that's going to be the end of our show for today. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. This was a loaded show. We have published all of our picks up on our website. So if you guys want to go check out all of our picks, They're up on our website. You can go check those out right now at buttfumblesports.com. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. As I say at the end of every show, I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening. And I hope you cash a ton of tickets tonight. And as always, we will be with you live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Hope you guys are with us tomorrow. So make sure you guys reach out, whether it's at buttfumblesports.com, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. We appreciate all of you for following, all of you for subscribing, and of course, all of you